Hi students, how are you? Are you doing the given exercise and worksheets? Good. I hope you are doing them and investigate some related points on your exercise. So now we will going to discuss about some important points that are prepared to you for grade 7 students regarding with the given notes and worksheets. So the first one is, or the first important point that already given on your worksheets as well as on the given notes, that's talking about pollination. This topic is from Unit 5, and also we will going to discuss about animals from Unit 5. So when we go into the first one, that is pollination. Pollination means the transfer of pollen grain from the male part of the flower into the female part of the flower. That means the transfer of pollen grains from the male part, that is anther, into the female part, which is stigma. So always pollination takes place, or it takes place from the male part into the female part, or from anther to stigma. As you know, anther is the male part of the flower and stigma is the female part of the flower. So pollination always takes place from anther to stigma. Anther contains pollen grain, so that pollen grain transfer into the stigma part of the pistil, or the stigma part of the flower. ስለዚህ ልጆች ሁል ጊዜ ፖሊኔሽን የሚተላለፈው ከወንዱ የአበባ ክፍል ወደ ሴቷ የአበባ ክፍል ይሆናል ማለት ነው። The next one is pollination agent. Pollination agents are an agent or things that can transfer a pollen grain of the male part into the stigma part. Or in short, pollination agent is pollen grain carriers. Pollination agents are pollen grain carriers. This may be an animal or wind, or it can be water. These are what? Some type of pollination agent. That means an agent which can carry the pollen grain from the male part of the flower into the female part of the flower. So they can carry pollen grains from the male part into the female, so that pollination will takes place. Actually, pollination is divided into two, or there are two types of pollination: self-pollination and cross-pollination. Self-pollination is a type of pollination which takes place within the same flower. Some flowers contain both male and female parts, so that when pollination takes place in one plant or in the same flower, that kind of pollination is self-pollination. But some flowers do not contain both male and female parts. In this case, those type of flower takes place what? Cross-pollination. Cross-pollination, which is a second type of pollination. So cross-pollination means a type of pollination that takes place by two different plants or two different flowers. Two different flowers. One flower which contains a male part, and the other flower, it may contain the female part. So pollination, when pollination takes place from the male part of a flower in one plant into the female part, which is found in the other plant. In this case, that type of pollination is called cross-pollination. Now let's come to the unique feature of fertilization. After pollination takes place, now flowers, within the flower, there is what? Fertilization. So in a flowering plant, the fertilization process is very unique. Why it is unique? Because of this process. In a sperm, in the male part of a flower, that means the stamen part of the flower, contain two sperm cells. It contains two sperm cells. Why? To fertilize two things within the female parts. What are these two things which can be fertilized by the two sperm cells. One is an egg and the other is polar nuclei. So the one sperm cell fertilizes into egg to form ovary, embryo, and the second sperm cell fertilizes to polar nuclei and forms what? Endosperm. Endosperm. ስለዚህ እዚህ ጋር ልጆች ማስተዋል ያለባችሁ within the male flower part there are what? Two sperm cells. Two sperm cells. One fertilizes the egg within the ovary and the other fertilizes the polar nuclei. The egg which is fertilized by the one sperm cell forms an embryo and the polar nuclei which is fertilized by the other sperm cell forms endosperm. ስለዚህ ከኤግ ጋር የተገናኘው ስፐርም ኤምብራዮ ይፈጥራል። ከፖላር ኒውክላይ ጋር ፈርቲላይዜሽን የፈጠረው ስፐርም ኢንዶስፐርም ይፈጥራል ማለት ነው። ኢንዶስፐርም ይፈጥራል ማለት ነው። So now let's come to the next chapter or the next important points from unit 5, which is talking about animals. Animals are different in their size, in their type, and their distribution. I think you know that there are different kinds of animals in our world, and also there are different animals based on their size. Some animals are big, like lion, elephant, and so on, but some animals are very small, like fly, ticks, bats, and like. So animals also different by their type. They are different in their type. There are different kinds of animals, but the major type of animals are these two, which are vertebrate and invertebrate animals. Vertebrate animals and invertebrate animals. Vertebrate animals are animals which have backbone, and invertebrate animals are animals which have no backbone. Like that, animals are also different by their distribution. They are different by their distribution. For example, some animals are live in water, some other animals can be live in land, and also some animals may live in air as well as the branch of tree. So an animal which live on water are called aquatic animals. Animals which live in water are called aquatic animals, like fish. Whereas animals which live on land are called terrestrial. Animals which live on land are called terrestrial, like lion, elephant, sheep, goat, and like. The other animals also can live in air by flying. So animals which live in air are called aerial. Animals which live in air are called aerial, like birds. The other ones are arboreal animals. Arboreal animals mean animals which can live in the branch of tree. You know that monkey and apes can live in a branch of tree, so that they are arboreal animals. Arboreal animals. ስለዚህ ልጆች አኒማል በአኗኗራቸው ወይም ደግሞ በሚኖሩበት ቦታ በአራት እንከፍላቸዋለን ማለት ነው። አኳቲክ፣ ቴሪስቴሪያል፣ ኤሪያል እና አርቦሪያል ብለን። አኳቲክ ውሃ ውስጥ የሚኖሩ ናቸው። ቴሪስቴሪያል ላንድ ላይ ወይም መሬት ላይ የሚኖሩ ናቸው። ኤሪያል በመብረር ወይም ደግሞ አብዛኛውን የህይወታቸውን ጊዜ የሚያሳልፉት በመብረር አየር ላይ ይሆናል ማለት ነው፣ እንደ በርድ አይነቶቹ። የመጨረሻዎቹ ደግሞ አርቦሪያል ናቸው። እነሱ ደግሞ ከአንዱ የዛፍ ቅርንጫፍ ወደ ሌላ የዛፍ ቅርንጫፍ እየተዘዋወሩ የሚኖሩ የአኒማል አይነቶች ናቸው ማለት ነው። Okay, now let's come to the other topic within the unit 5, which is animals that are insects. Insects. I think you know that what are insects mean. Insects are living creatures that have segmented body parts. Segmented body parts which is supported by exoskeleton. Exoskeleton. So insects are small animals which have 3 different body parts. Insects are different from other type of animals by having these 3 different body parts. These are head, thorax, and abdomen. Head, thorax, and abdomen. The head of the insect consists of compound eye and antenna. Compound eye and antenna. The thorax part of an insect consists leg and wings. Most of the time, their leg is about 6 and their wing is 2 or 4. Some insects do have 2 wings and others may have 4 wings. So, in the thorax part, these two things are found: the leg and the wing. The final one is abdomen. Abdomen is found next to the thorax part. It consists different organs or different structures like digestive structure, respiratory structure, excretory structure, and reproductive structure. These structures are found in the abdomen part. Why insects are diverse? Why insects are diverse? Insects are diverse in different area. There are many as well as they are diverse. Why so this? Because of different reasons. There are 3 major reasons why insects are diverse. 1. Insects are diverse because they are able to live in different habitats. They can live in different habitats. The second one is they are able to adapt to different physical conditions. They can live in an area which have different physical conditions. Physical condition means like temperature, humidity, and the like. So they can adapt that kinds of physical conditions without any problem. The third one is they are able to adapt changing conditions. They can live in an area which have not constant conditions. For example, in some area there may be high temperature and then it may have what? Low temperature. So insects can live in that area which have no constant temperature as well as constant humidity. ስለዚህ ልጆች ኢንሴክቶች በአብዛኛው የምድራችን ክፍል እናገኛቸዋለን። ለምንድን ነው የምናገኛቸው? በእነዚህ በሶስት ዋና ዋና ምክንያቶች ነው። አንደኛ በተለዋዋጭ የአየር ሁኔታ ላይ መኖር ይችላሉ። ያን ተለዋዋጭ የአየር ሁኔታ ተቋቁሞ ማለት ነው። እንደገና ደግሞ በየትኛውም አይነት የአየር ሁኔታ ላይ መኖር ይችላሉ። በቀዝቃዛው መኖር ይችላሉ፣ በሞቃቱ መኖር ይችላሉ ማለት ነው። ስለዚህ ይሄንን የመልመድ ሀቢት ወይም ልምድ ስላላቸው የትኛውም ቦታ ላይ መኖር አያዳግታቸው ማለት ነው። The next one is metamorphosis. Metamorphosis is related with insects development. So metamorphosis means, in short, it is change of body forms. It is change of body forms. There are 2 types of metamorphosis: complete metamorphosis and incomplete metamorphosis. Complete metamorphosis means the change of the body, the total form of their body is changed. It is a total body forms or a total change of body, which consists of 4 stages. These stages are egg, larvae, pupa, and adult. During complete metamorphosis, it involves a complete change form, and it consists these 4 parts of the or 4 type of development. The first one is egg, then larvae, the third one is pupa, finally adult. So completely the egg is changed into larvae, larvae is changed into pupa, and pupa is changed into adult. In this case, larvae is different from pupa and adult. The second one is incomplete. Incomplete metamorphosis is a partial change of body forms. The name indicates incomplete, meaning partial change of body forms, and it consists by 3 developmental stages. These 3 developmental stages are egg, nymph, and adult. In this case, the nymph looks like an adult. Nymph looks like an adult. It is not completely different from the adult. The nymph is not completely different from an adult. Partially similar with an adult. In this case, this type of development is called incomplete metamorphosis. So the best example of complete metamorphosis, an insect which is involved in complete metamorphosis are like butterfly as well as housefly, honeybee. These kinds of insects are included in complete metamorphosis. During incomplete metamorphosis, grasshopper is the best example of an insect which involves to incomplete metamorphosis. The other important point here is some economically important insects. All insects are not important and all insects are not harmful. There are some insects which are important and there are also some insects which are harmful. So insects like honeybee, insects like butterfly, they are important insects, but insects like maize stalk borer, dark mouse, fly, these are the economically harmful insects. So these are all about some important points about insects. Now we can go into some the answer of your worksheets which are given in last 2 weeks. Okay, the first question is from the choose item. The first question says that which one of the following is a part of carpal? Which one of the following is a part of carpal or female part of a flower? A. Anther, B. Style, C. Filament, D. Pollen grain. The answer is B. Style. B. Style, because anther, filament, and pollen grains they are not a carpal, but they are a part of stem or male part. The second question, which one of the following is true about vertebrates? Which one of the following is true about vertebrates? A. They are about 98% of animal species. B. They include insects. C. They include human, goats, and fish. D. They do not have backbone. So the answer will be C. They include humans, goats, and fish. Because the choice A, choice B, and choice D indicates for invertebrate animals. So the best answer is C. Question number 3. Which one of the following is correctly matched? A. Aquatic fish. B. Arboreal monkey. C. Aquatic cattle. D. Aerial birds. The answer will be C. Aquatic cattle. Aquatic cattle. Because cattle is not aquatic, but it is what? Terrestrial. But in the case of A, B, and D, they are correctly matched. Question number 4. One of the following is not a reason why insects are found in many places. One of the following is not a reason why insects are found in many places. A. Ability to adapt to different habitats. B. Ability to reproduce rapidly. C. Ability to live in different physical conditions. D. Having a small body size. The answer will be D. Having small body size. Because choice A, choice B, and choice C are reasons why insects are found in different places or why insects are diverse. But having small body size is not a reason to live in different area. Question number 5. The thorax part of an insect supports A. Compound eye, B. Wing and leg, C. Antennae, D. Digestive structure. The thorax part of an insect supports or consists A. Compound eye, B. Wing and leg, C. Antennae, D. Digestive structure. The answer will be B. Wing and eye. Because choice A, compound eye, is found in the head, as well as C, antennae is found in the head, and also digestive structure are found in the abdomen part. So the best answer is B. Question number 6, which one of the following developmental stages not include in complete metamorphosis? Which one of the following developmental stages not include in the complete metamorphosis? A, egg, B, larvae, C, nymph, D, adult. The answer will be nymph. This stage is not complete, this stage is not included in the complete metamorphosis, whereas it consists in or it is found in the incomplete metamorphosis. Question number 7, from the 3 castes of bee, which one is sterile female? There are 3 castes of bee: queen bee, worker bee, and drone bee. So from these 3 castes of bee, the question says that which one is sterile female? This question will be answered by B. B, worker. Armyworm is the larval stage of A, dark moth, B is as a fly, C, butterfly, D, grasshopper. Armyworm is the larval stage of A, dark moth, B is as a fly, C, butterfly, D, grasshopper. The answer will be A, dark worm. Dark worm is the larva of dark worm is armyworm. By the way, armyworm means moving in a mass like an army. By the way, this insect is harmful insect, which have an harmful effects on different crops. Give short answer. Question number 1, define the following. A, cross-pollination, B, self-pollination, C, perfect flower, and D, imperfect flower. Cross-pollination means a type of pollination that takes place between flowers of separate plants. These kinds of pollination takes place by flowers which are found in separate plants. Self-pollination is a type of pollination which takes place within the same flower or flowers within the same plant. C, perfect flower. There are 2 types of flower, perfect and imperfect flower. Perfect flowers are a type of flower which have both parts, that are the male part and the female part, or the pistil part and the stamen part. Imperfect flower is the opposite of perfect flower. Imperfect flower is a type of flower which have only one part, either male part or female part. Or you can say that imperfect flowers are a type of flower which have either stamen or that is pistil. The second question, during fertilization of a flower, how an endosperm is formed? Endosperm is formed by or when sperm cell fertilizes 2 polar nuclei. Or in short, endosperm is the union of sperm and polar nuclei. Question number 3, what does mean molting? Molting means removing of the outer body cover to grow the next life stage. This process takes place within the insects. So molting means removing of the outer covering to grow into the next life stage. Question number 4, give at least 2 examples of insects those involves complete metamorphosis. Give at least 2 examples of insects those involves complete metamorphosis. These are butterfly, honey, mosquito, and like. You can list different kinds of insects, but the better one is butterfly and honey. Question number 5, write at least 3 methods of controlling armyworm. Like collecting larvae by hand, driving herd of cattle, use of mouse trap, and like. Question number 6, what are social insects? What does it mean, social insect? Social insect means an insect, those can live in a community or those can live in a group. The next question, and which is the last question, write at least 3 common characteristics feature of social insect. Social insects do have their own characteristics. So from those characteristics, you asked to write 3 common characteristics. So from those characteristics, you can say that they have large population. There is a parental care, division of work, swarming. So these all are part the common characteristics feature of an insects, especially the social insects. Large population, parental care, and also division of work. These are the major characteristics of social insects. So this is all about what we are dealing here, and about insects as well as animals and also pollination. ስለዚህ ይሄንን ይመስላል ማለት ነው። አጠቃላይ ስለ ኢንሴክቶች ስለ አኒማሎች ምክንያቱም አኒማሎች ውስጥ ኢንሴክቶች አሉ። ኢንሴክት የምንላቸው ደግሞ ከሌላው አኒማል የራሳቸው የሆነ የሚለዩበት ባህሪ አለ ማለት ነው። ዋናው እዚህ ጋር መያዝ ያለብን ምንድነው? ኢንሴክቶች 3 የተለያየ ሰውነት ክፍል አላቸው። ሄድ፣ ቶራክስ እና አብዶሜን የሚባል። ይሄ ከሌሎቹ እንስሳቶች ልዩ ያደርጋቸዋል ማለት ነው። ሄዳቸው ላይ ኮምፓውንድ አይ እና አንቴና ይገኛል። ቶራክሳቸው ላይ ሌግ እና ዊንግ ይገኛል። አብዶሜናቸው ላይ ደግሞ የተለያዩ ስትራክቸሮች ሪስፓራቶሪ ስትራክቸሮች፣ ኤክስክራቶሪ ስትራክቸሮች እንደዚሁም ሪፕሮዳክቲቭ ስትራክቸሮች እና የተለያዩ ነገሮች ይገኛሉ ማለት ነው። ስለዚህ ይሄንን በመያዝ መጽሐፋችሁ ላይ ደግሞ በደንብ በማንበብ አሁን ያገኛችሁትን ሂንት ልታዳብሩ ትችላላችሁ ማለት ነው። ቴንክ ዩ ቬሪ ማች